Pretty much every aspect of our lives is based on regulation and government advice. Usually, things work just fine. Regulations are brought in, communicated nationally, and amended as technology evolves and people's needs change. Cars are a great example. Pretty much since the first ones appeared, laws and regulations have been shaped and reshaped to keep pace. As numbers increased, things like speed limits, traffic lights, and roundabouts appeared, and bodies that issued tests and licenses were introduced. To encourage better driving, some countries started running points-based penalty systems. And to increase safety, laws around existing features like seatbelts were introduced, and standards were set for new technologies like airbags. Most recently, some governments have lowered taxes on electric cars to encourage people to buy them and show they're in sync with people's desire to reduce their environmental footprint. And you can bet that if driverless cars become much more of a thing, there'll be new regulations around them too. A less straightforward story, though, is smoking. Governments around the world tell people to quit because everyone knows cigarettes can lead to serious, fatal diseases. However, not everyone will, and it's a scientific fact that the majority of dangerous chemicals in cigarette smoke comes from burning. Stop burning, and you cut out a large part of the problem. It's best to quit completely, but for adults who would otherwise keep smoking, there are better alternatives. Currently, regulations often prevent adult smokers from knowing about these alternatives, like heated tobacco products and e-cigarettes. Some smoke-free alternatives have fewer and lower levels of harmful chemicals in their aerosols compared to cigarette smoke. Smoke-free products are not risk-free, and they contain nicotine, which is an addictive chemical. But smoke-free products are a better choice than continued cigarette smoking. Yet, some countries have banned smoke-free products altogether. Our governments are there to create regulations and give advice that put people first. But e-cigarettes and heated tobacco products, even where they can be sold, aren't presented as a better alternative to continued smoking. Does it make sense that only the most dangerous product is allowed to be sold to smokers? Tobacco and nicotine regulation needs to evolve. Anyone who would otherwise continue to smoke deserves to have information about and access to all the available alternatives. Only that way can we unsmoke the world.